Back in 2004, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou seemed like a misstep for Wes Anderson. Released after the widely acclaimed Rushmore and the Royal Tenenbaums, the film baffled critics and disappointed at the box office, pulling in just $34.8 million against its $50 million budget. Even Anderson's signature quirkiness felt like it had gone overboard, too stylized, too distant, and too odd to connect with wider audiences. But 2 decades later, the tide has turned, and the film now enjoys a devoted fanbase that celebrates its every eccentric flourish. At the time of its release, critics weren't kind. The film holds a tepid 57% score on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, though audiences have been far more generous, giving it an 82% fan rating. That growing appreciation has much to do with how Wes Anderson's style has evolved since. What was once seen as indulgent has become his trademark. Films like Asteroid City and The French Dispatch have doubled down on theatricality and visual abstraction, concepts The Life Aquatic helped introduce to his filmography. In hindsight, The Life Aquatic now feels less like an awkward experiment and more like a necessary turning point. It was the moment Anderson stopped trying to balance his idiosyncrasies with conventional storytelling and instead committed fully to the handcrafted, artificial worlds he's since perfected. A scene stealer below the surface. While Bill Murray is front and center as the emotionally numb oceanographer Steve Zissou, it's another performance that anchors the film in something more tangible. The heart of The Life Aquatic belongs not to its title character, but to Cate Blanchett as Jane Winslet Richardson, the pregnant reporter following Zissou on his last great adventure. Blanchett brings a grounded warmth and quiet intensity to a film otherwise awash in stylized detachment. Her character offers a counterbalance to Zissou's increasingly absurd quest for revenge against a jaguar shark that may or may not exist. She's skeptical but curious, dryly funny but never cartoonish, giving the audience a much-needed emotional foothold in Anderson's meticulously artificial world. Her scenes add dimension to the film's offbeat ensemble and remind viewers that, beneath the quirky visuals and deadpan delivery, Anderson's stories have always wrestled with grief, ego, and legacy. Blanchett plays Jane as someone deeply aware of life's stakes, contrasting beautifully with Zissou's denial and midlife floundering. From flop to favorite. In 2025, The Life Aquatic looks far more like a misunderstood gem than a creative misfire. Fans continue to champion its surreal sea creatures, pastel submarines, and melancholy soundtrack, featuring Portuguese David Bowie covers no less. What was once perceived as overlong and unfocused now seems like a bold stylistic leap forward. More importantly, it reflects the spirit of Anderson's current body of work. Critics today approach his films with an understanding that realism isn't the point. The artifice is the emotion. And when filtered through the right performance, like Blanchett's or even Willem Dafoe's tragically hilarious Klaus, those layers of irony begin to feel unexpectedly human. It may have sunk at the box office, but The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou continues to resurface, not just as a curiosity in Anderson's filmography, but as a film that predicted where his artistry was heading. And thanks to at least one perfect performance, it remains a voyage worth taking.